Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello everyone. Let's introduce ourselves. We are from Group 6. My name is Violeta Devani Nasua and my friends.
My name is Rama Kaulia. My name is Adela Damayanti.
My name is Cynthia Mungana Fadia.
My name is Faisalihin.
So the title of our presentation is about autoimmune hepatitis.
So we have divided our presentation into 5 parts. First, descriptions of disease and prevalence will be delivered by me. Second, the causes will be delivered by Cynthia Bunga. And third, the symptoms will be delivered by Faisalihin. Next, the treatments will be delivered by Rahma Kawilia. And the last is the prevention will be delivered by Adelia Damayanti. Have you ever heard about hepatitis? Hepatitis is a disease that causes inflammation of the liver. It can be one type of hepatitis that is closely related to immune system problems is called autoimmune hepatitis. Autoimmune hepatitis occurs when the immune system attacks liver cells and is more common in young people with a female to male ratio of 3.6 to 1. Epidemiologic data shows that the incidence of autoimmune hepatitis in Norway and Sweden is about 1 to 2 cases per 100,000 population per year. The prevalence of about 11 to 17 per 100,000 population per year, based on the antibodies found in the patient's body. Autoimmune hepatitis is divided into 3 types. Type 1 frequently occurs in children or the elderly. Type 2 frequently occurs in young women with rapid progression to dysfunction. And the last is type 3, which often occurs in adults. Autoimmune hepatitis is a chronic necroinflammatory liver disorder of unknown cause associated with circulating autoantibodies and a high serum globulin level. Since the first descriptions of the disorder in the 1950s, it has been known by a variety of terms, most commonly autoimmune chronic active hepatitis. But in 1992, the International Autoimmune Hepatitis Group recommended the term autoimmune hepatitis as the most appropriate and least redundant for this disease. It is important to distinguish autoimmune hepatitis from other forms of liver disease because a high percentage of cases respond to anti-inflammatory and immunosuppressive treatment. Early diagnosis with appropriate management can prolong survival, improve the quality of life, and defer liver transplantation.
Good afternoon everyone. Autoimmune hepatitis is a disease in which the body's immune system attacks liver cells, causing inflammation and damage. While the excess cause is unknown, there are several factors that play a role in the development of autoimmune hepatitis. One of them is genetic, where individuals with certain genes are more susceptible to the disease. However, not everyone who has the gene will develop autoimmune hepatitis. Furthermore, environmental factors also play an important role in triggering the disease. Virus such as hepatitis A, B, C, D, mononucleosis, measles, and herpes can trigger autoimmune hepatitis. In addition, toxic substance and medication can also be environmental factor that influence the development of the disease. Although the excess cause is unknown, understanding this factor can help in the diagnosis and management of autoimmune hepatitis. Autoimmune hepatitis occurs when the body's immune system, which normal attack virus, bacterial, and other disease-causing agents, instead targets the liver. This attack on the liver can cause long-term inflammation and serve to make to liver deaths.
Human hepatitis has symptoms similar to other types of hepatitis. Common symptoms include fatigue, loss of appetite, bite, loss, nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain. These symptoms may vary in severity. Some side that may appear are yellow skin and whitish of the eyes, dark or brownish urine, pale colored stools, abdominal discomfort, itching, and skin rashes. Is the result of liver damage, mostly caused by exercise, alcohol, confusion, and viruses. Some types of hepatitis can last without causing serious problems, but there are also those that can last a long time and cause a series of other health problems. Apart from the two causes above, hepatitis can also be caused by autoimmune disease. This condition is called autoimmune hepatitis. This disease occurs when the body's immune system attack liver cells. Well, this is what causes hepatitis. Hepatitis or liver inflammation. Autoimmune hepatitis is a serious disease that can lead to failure of liver function if not treated properly. However, what you need to remember is that this disease does not discriminate, meaning it can attack anyone. However, women have a higher risk than men. Autoimmune hepatitis is also said to be susceptible to attacking people between the age of 15 and 40 years.
From the previous explanation of the symptoms of hepatitis, have you understood yet? Let's move on to expand the treatment of hepatitis. The treatment of autoimmune hepatitis continues to evolve along with the natural progression of the disease and the introduction of new drugs. The most common and highly effective standard treatment is to use corticosteroid and azathioprine. What are corticosteroid and azathioprine drugs? Corticosteroids are a group of drugs that contain synthesized steroid hormone. This drug can inhibit the production of substances that cause inflammation in the body and can work as immunosuppressant in reducing the activity and work the immune system, while azathioprine drugs are drugs to prevent reaction from the body after organ transplants, such as kidney graft. It is also used in the treatment of autoimmune disease. Patients undergoing this therapy should be monitored for signs of clinical and biochemical improvement after starting treatment. Most patients taking steroids will experience a reduction in bilirubin and globulin level within 2 weeks. More than 18% of autoimmune hepatitis patients can achieve remission using prednisone alone or in combination with azathioprine.
Medication I could fleet in the stomach and mental confusion. All attack cannot be prevented. We can apply clean and healthy living behaviors to reduce the risk of autoimmune hepatitis. One of the steps into maintaining the cleanness of the digestive tract by washing hands, ensuring the food consumed is clean and cool, and avoiding sharing eating utensils with others in any kitchen. We also need to maintain the respiratory tract by reducing mobility, maintaining distance from the other, and avoiding crowds or crowds. Many of us like to share personal belongings. In fact, this is a bad habit. The reason is the hepatitis virus can be transmitted due to the personal times. Simulations show there are some personal items that are shown to be used at the same time, such as the brush, lipstick, more the use. These items sometimes of mirror injuries, so there will be left on the tool and something is not the hepatitis virus contagious. Autoimmune hepatitis is a medical condition that occurs when the immune system attacks liver cells. In the case, we will focus autoimmune hepatitis B. This test is done to detect the presence of the hepatitis B virus in the body. This test can identify the virus after 1 to 9 weeks of infection. On average, the virus can be detected around the 4th week after. Of course, the WHO suggests the time it takes to detect the virus is about 30 to 90 days. Should of usually for about 90 days after infection, but can range from 60 to 150 days.
Thank you for your attention.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.